Hi, friends. This is Eunice, and welcome to the Journey Home podcast. So, it is November, and I love to take this month to really take time to reflect often of the things that we are thankful for. You know, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I think that it is really nice to take this whole month to really just spend in reflection and in gratitude. And so, I just want to share a scripture from Psalm 100. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good, and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations. Now, I have been reflecting, like I said, on thankfulness as it's the month of November, and I just want to share a story with you guys, which is I tend to love sleep. Anyone who knows me knows that I really value my sleep at night, which is also why it was hard for me as a mother of infants, because even though I had 5 kids, like every time I had another baby, the lack of sleep really was rough on me. And I know it is rough for most people, but it's really painful for me. And so, like I said, I love sleep. And so this new school year began, and we went from, getting to sleep in until like 8 to waking up again early, right? And so I guess I was complaining often about this to my husband because one day he just goes, "Is it that hard to get up in the morning? You complain about it every day." And I felt like that gentle rebuke because I was like, oh man, I complain about this every day. And I remember waking up one morning and I was about to complain about waking up, right? I get up with my girls and I pack their lunches and I help them get out the door for school, right? And I felt the gentle rebuke of the Lord. And this is something he said to me. He said, "Eunice, remember your friend who passed away." And he was like, "Eunice, do you know how much she would have loved to make another lunch for her child and send them off to school and get to be present for them?" And that's what I felt like the Lord say to me. And I know that that is a strange thing to think about, but it was something that I felt that the gentle, kind rebuke of the Lord, because pretty much every day since then, when I wake up, instead of complaining, I think of that friend and I'm like, "Lord, what a privilege it is that I wake up and have breath today." And the reason why I'm also thinking about this is because I am turning 47 in a month. And in about a month. And when I reflect on my upcoming birthday, at first, I was like, ooh, I'm 47. I'm like nearing 50, My husband is turning 50 next year. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me. Honestly, turning 30, turning 40, it felt very natural to me. Turning 47, almost 50, I'm like, whew, I'm getting older, right? And even in that, I felt like the Lord reminding me, "Eunice, do you know how many people would love to reach this birthday? 47. How amazing." And I decided I'm just like every year, and you guys can hold me accountable to this if you personally know me, is that every year that I can just approach my birthday with deep gratitude that I get to live another year, guys. Think about it. And I hope that this encourages you too. Those of you out there, you're approaching another birthday, and I know that the world tries to tell us, "Oh man, we're getting old." It's like now we're hitting all of these things, these milestones, aging, all these things. But I feel like that's the devil's way to distract us from the goodness of the Lord. If you think about it, what an honor it is to breathe another day, to breathe another year, and to live another life. A day of life. I've been thinking about that a lot. I think about, man, in my life, I'm turning 47 and I already got to see my eldest son get married to a wonderful young woman that he loves, and she loves Jesus. How awesome is my life, I have gotten to see some of my kids graduating. I mean, how awesome is that? there are so many things that I feel like so privileged for. I think about our upcoming in January, my husband and I, our 24th wedding anniversary. What an honor it is that we get to live another year together. We have breath in our lungs and we do this life together. And so I just wanted to encourage someone out there. I think that the enemy and our flesh likes to tell us, likes to tempt us into complaining, into not showing gratitude, into dreading another birthday. Think about it. Dreading another birthday. Why? We're aging, and thank God for another day, another year of our life. There are so many people out there maybe who wish that they could have the health that you have, who wish that they could have the family that you have, who wish that they could be in the circumstance that you have, I think about even the privilege that I have of just seeing my kids growing, growing in Jesus and seeing them age. I mean, all of these things are things to be thankful for, that if we take the time to step back and reflect, and we choose not to give into the worldly standards of, oh my gosh, I'm aging again. Oh, there's like another wrinkle on my face, or like there's another this, like, oh, look at my aging process, you know what I mean? Or as the world would just want us to believe that growing older even is not a privilege. Is that we can just see and reflect on the goodness of the Lord. Another thing that my husband and I have been reflecting on the Lord's goodness, where we have been tempted to complain, but like we are trying to pull back and be thankful again, is grocery shopping. Who loves the chore of grocery shopping, meal planning, meal prepping, But this past week, especially with all the things in the news with, the government shutdowns and all these things, I've been thinking about, man, what a privilege it is that we have money to cook our meals. You know what I mean? That we have money to go grocery shopping. That we have money to meal prep. That's all things that the Lord has provided that I need to stop taking for granted. And I just want to encourage you guys, if these are things that you've been taking for granted, to take time to reflect, pull back on our attitudes, bring our attitudes before Jesus, and let him set it right for us, For me, again, I'm saying this like coming from a place of being like gently rebuked by the Lord, as Eunice, like, what are the things that you are grateful for? And that's really just something that I want to throw out there, because I feel like there's so many things when we take time to reflect on the goodness of the Lord. There are so many things that we could list out. And I'm so grateful for this life. I'm so grateful for Jesus, that he is guiding our family, that he died on the cross for each one of us, that his gift of salvation is a free gift. So if you're out there listening and you have not received Jesus in your heart, I hope that you know that there is so much goodness in living for Jesus, and that it is a free gift to receive him in your heart. And I pray that you will do so today. So just wanted to throw these ideas out there for you guys as we, continue to walk in November. Really, just I'm so grateful for God, his kindness, that he even wants to speak to us, that he even wants to rebuke me as his daughter and be like, Eunice, realign your heart, That's a privilege. And I'm grateful. So thank you guys so much for listening today. I'm thankful for each one of you that listens to my videos. I hope that you have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.